Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my thoughts on the Black Widow special look trailer. Now, this was not the official trailer. This was not even trailer 2. Just to let people know, because I see a lot of confusion and I see a lot of people posting, this is not the official Black Widow trailer. Marvel has yet to put out the official Black Widow trailer. A lot of people, including myself, think that they're going to put it out around the Super Bowl, which isn't that long from now, which is only like a couple weeks from now. So that's not as long from now as you think. The Super Bowl is, I believe, 3 weeks from now. Yeah, because they got the conference championships going on this weekend. And then, obviously, there's an entire week that nothing's happening. And so, yeah, the Super Bowl's only a couple weeks from now. So I feel like they're going to put the official trailer out during the Super Bowl. So this is just a special look. They also put out a like a 10-year build-up video with Scarlett Johansson, and with different interviews of Scarlett Johansson over the years, building up to the anticipation to her getting this movie, and her talking about how she gets to. It's a very rare thing for someone to get to play a character on the big screen for 10 years and then gets to delve into them even more than they have, you know. But that's just a nice little featurette kind of thing. This is the first look, and it is sort of a trailer, but it's a teaser. It's sort of like they sort of put out 2 teasers. This one is this one is not too different from the other one, except the Taskmaster stuff, which I'll get into in a little bit. But it's extended scenes. Like, you get to see that whatever happened, like the fight sequence when you get to see what happens after Natasha and her sister meet, and you get to see that whatever happens, it looks like it is building up to an amazing Winter Soldier-esque Civil War. Like, it looks like it's building up to that, like when her and her sister are talking, Yelena are talking in that apartment complex that they're in. It looks like it's building up to the same way that Bucky and the Winter Soldier had that fight sequence with the police. It looks like it's building just like that. There's these SWAT team guys coming into the building. There are clearly other Black Widows coming into the building. It looks like it's building up to be just awesome fight sequence that then spreads into a car chase. Like, I'm telling you, it looks Winter Soldier-esque, and that's the big takeaway from this look that keeps beating me over the head is it looks Winter Soldier-esque. It looks like Winter Soldier and Mission Impossible. It looks like Winter Soldier meets Mission Impossible. That's what it looks like, and that's what it should look like. It's a Black Widow film. And they really put it over that the Black Widow program is either being started up again or it has been still going, and they're sending the Black Widows after her. This movie is greatly designed to show a bunch of badass women doing badass things, and it makes logical sense. They have already established that there's a Black Widow program that trains young women to kill people. They've already established how badass Black Widow is, and that she's probably the best agent to ever come out there. And so it makes logical sense that there would be more that they would have kept that program going and have more Black Widows. And this looks like it's gonna be a Woman on the Run movie where it's like she's gonna have Ross coming after her, and then she's gonna have the Black Widows coming after her, but most importantly, she's going to have Taskmaster coming after her. I'm telling you right now, some of this Taskmaster stuff is getting me going. The stuff he's doing with the shield and his sword just looks so awesome. It's all Taskmaster-like stuff. The blocking with the shield, the throwing it like Cap, the flip over and blocking the bullets, and then it ending on him flipping up with his hand back, looking at her the same way she's looking at him, mimicking her movements. It looks awesome. Of course, there are some other awesome things. You see Rachel Weisz doing some action sequences. Confirmation that Alexei Sokolov, I always say his name wrong, aka Red Guardian, does have superpowers, because he sure snapped that guy's arm, which isn't that big of a deal, but how far and hard he threw him, that is not natural. He broke that arm and chucked that guy. He has super strength. It's pretty much confirmed that that this version of Red Guardian is superhuman. And actually, David Harbour talked about it not too long ago, like a day or two ago. Before this ever came out, David Harbour was talking about how Alexei was Captain America in Russia, back in his day, but we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened, but he was Captain America in Russia. He was like Russia's bright future, bright hope. And we don't know how he fell from glory, but we shall see. Also, we got a nice extended scene on that little fat joke that's apparently fucking with a lot of people, but I don't understand why it's fucking with a lot of people. It's obviously not said in a mean, like it's like the Thor thing was like, you guys are being mean to fat people. It's like, dude, no one's being mean to fat people. That's not what it means. And if that's what you get out of the fat joke in this trailer, and if that's what you get out of Thor being big in Endgame, then clearly you're very narrow-minded. So that's all I'm gonna say. If that's what you got, the fat thing, if you can't see the tragedy and the fat thing in Thor, and if you can't see that when she says that you got fat, she's clearly saying that playfully, almost talking to a husband or a brother. I think they're going to be husband and wife, but I'm not sure. But she clearly said that in a playful manner. And then he clearly playfully retorted, which is great, it's merely water weight. I'm like, it's merely water weight, sure it's water weight. Man, David Harbour's going to be great in this movie, and it makes me sad because he's going to die. Comment below. I'm betting money. I would bet money he dies in this movie. First of all, a character that charming, the way he's being played so far, it seems like he's going to be the charming life of the group, while everyone else is a bit more serious. A character being played like that would have had to have been talked about. The only way she wouldn't mention most of these characters is if she thinks they're all dead. Which leads me to believe that this movie is going to end with tragedy. And I've seen some people say, I don't see the stakes. What do you mean you don't see the stakes? I know she doesn't die. Yeah, but what about everyone else? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, why is that going over people's heads? Like, oh, this movie is just, I don't see the stakes and blah, 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 blah. Which, by the way, the people I see complaining about that, I'm like, bro, like, if you got hyped for Mission Impossible and you're hyped for fucking the next, like, it's an action movie. It does happen to be a Marvel movie, but it's a beautifully crafted looking action movie that seems to be along the lines of one of Marvel's most impressive action movies of all time that genre bended, Winter Soldier. So, but I digress. That is the stakes. That's the real stakes of this movie. It's not what happens to Natasha. It's who survives. Are all of these characters dying? Because I feel like David Harbour's gonna die, I feel like Rachel Weisz is gonna die, and I feel like Yelena might die because she's wearing the same vest that green vest that Yelena was wearing when you see her again, when you see her in Infinity War. So we shall see. Maybe Yelena doesn't die. Maybe someone don't die. I don't know, but it feels like she's gonna die. So hopefully it doesn't go that way, but that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like they're gonna kill Red Guardian. But anywho, there's this interesting thing that they're doing too with Black Widow, which is somewhere along the lines. And I think this is very important. This movie is actually going to be very important because after I saw this, it kind of dawned on me, and I was thinking about this, that there is almost a beat that Black Widow skipped. Because yes, she became a hero. She's working at trying to, pick sides and whatnot. But in the movie, she never actually had to reconcile with her past. She never had to go, like all the other characters had to reconcile with their past. She never did. She never had to. So she just kind of there's almost a missing beat in there where she fully embraced being a hero, where she fully felt like she overcame her past. And there's a missing beat in the Black Widow story that this movie will fill. And that's when I just realizing like this movie's necessary to the character, because this movie's gonna fill in a lot of that beat. There's a missing beat, a missing moment where she finally is over her past, where she finally can move forward with her life. In this movie, I believe, is gonna, take care of that missing beat. But the action looked great, and I think there's this, but adding on to the missing beat, the relationship between her and Yelena seems like it's gonna be one of those things where Yelena is stuck in the past. She's not quite as bad as the other Black Widows, but Yelena's like stuck in a certain mode, in a certain thought frame. And Natasha's gonna live vicariously her past through Yelena, and hoping that she can save Yelena. Because I got this gut feeling that Yelena is up to something. Because it looks like she really goes back. It looks like she's probably gonna, I've seen some leak stuff, and it makes me think that she's probably gonna be on the low until something happens that makes her have to go back to Russia to check up on Yelena, and I believe Yelena's gonna be the reason that a lot of this stuff is happening, and she's gonna be trying to almost by saving Yelena, not by literally and figuratively saving Yelena, it will be like her reconciling with her, literally reconciling with who she used to be. And I feel like that's what they're gonna do in this movie, is that they're going to show the moment where she finally was okay enough to move on and not try to be that old Black Widow anymore. To the point where, because in Infinity War and Endgame, she is still Black Widow, but she has none of those hangups that she's had in the past. None of those doubts, none of those looks, none of those, questions. She's pretty put together, and I feel like there was like I said, I feel like there was a beat missing, that this movie is gonna fill that hole. It's gonna set up some things. Taskmaster looks amazing. I love the action beats. It's gonna be a lot of hand-to-hand combat. This movie is gonna be very, if you're into if you're into the Russo brothers' Winter Soldier and Civil War, that's what the hand-to-hand combat looks like it's gonna be. And even in the featurette that they showed early in the day, they showed a little bit of it, and it looked badass. So thank you guys for watching the Comic Game Movie Show. That is my thoughts on the Black Widow special look. Trailer hasn't come out yet, but I'm banking. I'm sure they're going to promote that before it happens. That it's going to come out around the Super Bowl. So thank you guys for watching the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Goodbye.